Peggy 18.
State of the world of Warhammer 40k is one of constant war. It's a non-stop battle against the forces of darkness. The Space Marines themselves are at the front line of the fight, and they have been created in order to be the ultimate fighting machine. What fascinated me about Space Marine was it was a world that I'd never encountered before. I realised there are dedicated enthusiasts, and over 20 years this has been an IP that people are very enthusiastic about. So to see something that's had that kind of longevity, there has to be something behind it. I got involved with Space Marine because somebody approached me and asked me if I wanted to voice the hero of a video game, which I'd never done before. I found the idea intriguing. I then came in to have a look at the artwork and get acquainted with the world of Warhammer 40k and like what I saw. Having dipped my toe into this world, I kind of want to take a big swim now. I play Captain Titus, who's the leader of the Space Marines. And he is a 7-foot fighting machine. He is a warrior monk. There's a Zen element to him that allows him to perhaps question things that other Space Marines wouldn't.
Our plan is unchanged.
The appeal of playing Titus, bearing in mind I've played a lot of villains in my time, was that he's the hero. The fact that he has a strand of something that runs through him makes him a little more interesting than just a straightforward whiter than white hero, was what appealed to me as well. I don't believe the world is black and white. I don't believe that people are black and white. I think we all have the possibility to be villainous within us, but we all have the possibility to be heroic.
We need to get down to the surface to take out the gun battery. Do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Titus's voice was a very important element because that is the thing that I'm bringing to this world.
I will destroy Nemroth with skill and steel.
Seeing the pictures of him, how he's drawn, the armor that he wears, the determination on his face, the squareness of his jaw means that that heroic element you have to create in the voice.
I ain't finished with you yet, Space Marine!
But I am finished with you, Orc.
I didn't really base it on anybody that I've heard, other than the fact that in order to bring that weight of power and ability and somebody who you'd follow anywhere, I needed to bring some sort of depth and strength to it.
Stand fast, Ultramarines.
It was an organic process, really, born of understanding what was required and seeing the way he looked.
There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
That's perfect, thank you.
Okay. Essentially, the narrative of the game is that the Space Marines led by Titus land on the Forge World in order to deal with the Orcs that are threatening to overrun the planet. And while there, hear a distress signal and discover that there's an Inquisitor on the planet.
This is Inquisitor Drogon. I need urgent assistance.
We need to find the Inquisitor before the Orcs do.
Without giving too much away, in this particular game, Titus's journey involves dealing with treachery that he was not expecting to encounter.
Inquisitor! Get back!
Titus's comrades essentially are extreme ends of the spectrum. Leandros, who is the raw, young, new recruit who lives by the rulebook and would die by the rulebook, given the chance. In Titus's mind, I think he can see a young, wet behind the ears character who hasn't yet learned through experience how to deal with the various problems that are going to be thrown at him. Consequently, he can be pretty annoying, but Titus puts up with him because he understands it's just immaturity.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I suppose he has a natural distrust of anybody who lives by the book.
The search for answers must wait.
What if that is too late?
You forget yourself, Ultramarine.
Sidonis is perhaps he's his equal. He's certainly a battle-hardened veteran of many campaigns, and is probably Titus's closest companion, if he has such a thing. He trusts him, relies on him, would have him as his point man in any given situation.
Never trust the Inquisition!
Voice acting in a video game differs from film in the sense that you haven't got the ability to demonstrate anything with your face, with your eyes, your demeanour. Everything is distilled into the way your voice sounds and the way that you communicate with the words that you're using, what's going on in your environment. It's not for everyone. You really have to find the right tone and find the speed and the pace to carry people along with you. There is a real discipline involved.
Nothing can tempt me from the path of honor.